Hey, welcome to another edition of Kyle Meredith with. It's the interview series presented by WFPK at WFPK.org, Consequence, and the Consequence Podcast Network. Thanks as always for making your way here, for checking out the series. Please hit that subscribe button. That way you get 3 new interviews sent to you every single week, 3 interviews just like this one. It's a great way to keep up with your favorite artists and discover some new ones. Of course, you can grab us anywhere in podcast land, Spotify, Apple Podcast, NPR, WFPK.org, Consequence, YouTube, right here for the video versions. Anywhere you get your podcast from, you can subscribe to Kyle Meredith with. And that's me, Kyle Meredith. Today, going to be talking with actress, model Alexis Ren about the new film Latency. This is a sci-fi thriller, also starring Sasha Luss. In fact, Sasha, she plays this gamer who is it's a professional gamer who suffers from extreme agoraphobia. So it's very much she's insular. She's inside her own apartment. And Alexis plays her friend Jen. So it's really just the cast of 2 of them. We are inside this apartment. One day, Sasha's character gets this gaming system, a new that she's never seen before, that she gets to test out, and it's AI generated, and it can read her mind. And again, it's a sci-fi thriller, so things happen. We're going to be talking about, we're going to be talking all about the film with Alexis here. We're going to be talking about shooting it. We're going to be talking about the mood of it, the feeling. It did remind me of some of my favorite gamer movies from the 90s or web movies from the 90s, like Hackers and Johnny Mnemonic and the web and things like that, but definitely with a whole futuristic take on it. We're going to hear about working with CGI. Alexis has a lot of things going on in her life besides acting, although it seems to be the focus right now. I do want to ask why it's taken the focus, but I also want to ask how all of this, all the other things fit in. You know, she is a big mental health activist. And that really lines up sort of with her character, actually. She was on Dancing with the Stars. That plays a little bit into it. So we're going to get all that and more as we discuss Latency, out now. It's Kyle Meredith with Alexis Ren. Latency is such a cool movie. Um, didn't know what exactly what I mean. The preview sets us up for some mystery. You know, you don't know what you're getting into, but the look and the feel and the story, it's so cool. So I should throw you the congratulations on being a part of this. This is a great one.
Thank you. Yeah, we were so happy with the full version of it. I was like, wow, because we didn't see, a lot of it's CGI, so we didn't know what this was going to look like.
Yeah, it working with a basically a 2-person cast.
Yeah.
Like, what is that like? Because so much is done with outside voices, insinuations. What was that experience like for you as an actor? I have to imagine there is a difference.
Yeah, I mean, I love one-on-one connections, and when I have the ability to really form a deep connection on set, it's like I'm like, yay, music to my ears, because then I can really focus on one person. Obviously, I was nervous because I love Sasha. She's incredible. She was an incredible actress on Anna, and just she's a star. So I was like, well, I just hope that I can, be of service and be a good castmate and really make this movie all that it deserves to be. And I was really lucky that our relationship was really honest and pure, and it translated beautifully on screen as well. I obviously you can never have that all the time, but it was one of those rare moments where I was like, okay, we got this together, and we could lean on each other in that way.
Yeah. Is that something you find once the cameras are on? I mean, do you spend time beforehand kind of feeling each other out?
100%. We like met, had a good talk, got to know each other, of course. And then I think it's fun too, because you know how like when you try and fake laugh, you actually start to laugh because it sounds stupid. That's kind of how acting is. It's like you start to like have this best friend connection, and then by the end of it, it's like I think we're best friends. Like it just happens.
What's that fake it till you make it, but it really does you make it. Yeah, it's
No,
right
it
there.
really you make it literally tell it you make it. It's true.
Yeah. Like I said, it's an original, definitely interesting concept. But, fusing this gaming thing, which it could be just a game or movie, but you have this agoraphobia that's
Mhm.
happening here. You have Solitude, which
Mhm.
feels very timely for the past that this decade. That's part of it. I mean, and this whole pushing through. I'd love to know, is it when you're signing up, how much of this do you talk through? Why did you want to be a part of it?
Yeah, I mean, originally I was a little standoffish with the project because I don't particularly like scary movies. I always joke life's a little scary enough, so I'd rather not add to that. But the meaning behind it, like the conversation that the movie's having is so relevant right now that I just couldn't not. And then obviously I love Jen. I mean, she's great. She's hilarious. I connected with her immediately. I was like, I know this girl. Like, I got her. So that felt really good too, to kind of go into a character with confidence in a way, because that's not always going to happen. If any time it's ever going to happen again, probably not. I think that's what's cool about acting is like every set you go on, you kind of just like, this is new. This is all new. Like I have no idea. And that's what's cool. It's kind of life, and it mirrors life in that sense, where you're just like, I'm just gonna show up and do my best and do the work and see what happens. And so that's also why I loved it, is it definitely mirrors life in that way. And I mean, latency, the conversation around it, we're becoming so connected and then so disconnected at the same time. So I loved having that type of a conversation in the film and the story of it, because it truly just comes to show that no matter how much online time you have, it's never going to compensate for the real connection that you're going to get from someone. And Jen is a reflection of that, I think, for everyone. Like Jen to me is like, don't forget about your friends. Like, yes, this online world, it matters. It's given us so many amazing things, but at the end of the day, like that connection is why we're all here. It's
Right.
what matters.
It does. It feels like it fits in with these other projects that you've built upon over the years. I mean, because I think you hit on a few different points there. You've benefited, like a lot of us, from internet culture and finding people who believe the same things that we do on there and our fan bases and things like that. And seeing what you've done to help women. You have your warrior journal in there. Like like how much of that just fit in so naturally with Jin's character, because it feels like that's an easy connection to make.
Yeah, it's so cool when like you can't connect the dots going forward, but you can definitely connect them going back. Cause I'm like, this is all of these paths I've been set off onto. It is so cool to see the breadcrumbs and how God like kind of puts it all together. And yeah, I think it's just, it all comes into play. And I think that's like the why is so important to me. Like
Mhm.
even when I did Dancing with the Stars, I was like, why? Why am I doing this? I don't want to just go on to go on. And then I realized it was my mom's favorite show in the entire world. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it for her. So I think when you have that deep intention and you have that why, people can feel it. And
Mhm.
then I think also the universe reciprocates, where they're just like, cool, your intention is correct. So we're going to mirror that intention. So I think Jen was just like, it was also so nice to just play a character who just like didn't give a flying, and just like truly have fun in that kind of gamer, cool, like, I don't give a whatever
Mhm.
girl. Like that was really fun for me because, in acting, you're going to get typecast. You're going to have archetypes that people just want to put you in, and it's fine. It's not bad at all. There's bigger problems in this world, but it was really nice to play a girl who just didn't give
Yeah.
a, you know.
You don't have to
Okay,
censor
didn't give a
yourself
fuck.
on
I
my
just
part.
I just don't know. I don't know. Gonna be a lady.
Did you were you ever a gamer? Did you ever do that much?
I don't, just because I think social media was kind of my gamer. Like it
Sure.
just it totally took over my life. So I think I see gaming as like the next step of that. And I'm like, I'd rather be outside. I'm like an outside beach girl. Like I love outside. I'll choose that over any game. But like I did play a lot of Mario Kart growing up. So I will say I'm pretty good at that.
There's always one. There's always one game, right?
Always, yeah. And even Jen, she's like, she's not a gamer, but
Mhm.
she loves the lifestyle of gaming. And that was what was fun to play, because she's just like down to chill and down to stay up till 3 a.m. playing Mario Kart. Like she doesn't care, drink a ton of energy drinks. Like she's just vibing. And my little brother's a gamer. So I think I definitely was like, I understand this. You scream into a mic, they're friends, you've never met them. Perfect.
That's it. And she's got great style, by the way, Jen does.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like where does that come from?
Well, originally James was like, can you shave half your head? And I was like, I was like, please, can we find a different, can we compromise? Like, please. And so he ended up compromising with me. But he wanted her like out there, like green hair, shaved head. Like it was a whole thing, which was so exciting for me because I'm California beach girl. So I was like, this is going to be so fun to play. And it was just, yeah, it was cool. Like the sneakers, like they like handmade my sneakers and just the colors. It was fun to be something so different from myself, yet at the same time, at her core, we're so similar. So that was really cool to play with that duality.
Yeah. Yeah, that look, and then I was talking about the look of the movie and it being a gamer movie. I mean, that's a genre. It's not a huge genre, but this feel of it. Of course, I'm thinking of movies, especially from the '90s, like Hackers and The Net and Johnny Mnemonic. You know,
Yeah, Ready Player One even. That was recent-ish.
Ready Player One's a great example. And that, so when you've got something like this, and again, CGI, you don't even know what it's going to look like. How much do you talk about the mood of a movie like this to find? Because again, it feels like it's so specifically shot and edited.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I had no idea what I was walking into. Like reading the script, I was like, okay, I understand this from like a physicality and like an actual environment standpoint. I had no idea, but they did such an incredible job. Like they created that entire apartment in a warehouse and it was incredible. Like if I was a gamer, this is the type of vibe I would want. And it kind of felt honestly in a way a little iconic, just like the room, it felt like a real part of gamer history in a world, which I loved. And the setup was so real and just it really worked. It was beautiful. And then with of course her outfits were like grungy, like cool skater girl as well. So we really got to play with it. And both me and Sasha, we come from modeling backgrounds. So it was really fun for us to just be like a big t-shirt, no makeup, like let's go, like let's play. So that was really nice.
It makes sense too because I think I read somewhere that James was a stage designer
Yeah.
before he became a director.
That's cool. I actually didn't know that. And if that's true, that makes a lot of sense
Yeah,
because this set was top tier.
yeah. But it's also got to be exciting because James not being a director, for a long time, or I don't know if this is the first time or one of the first times or something, but coming onto a job, like there's a little bit of a trust fall, but there's a little bit of excitement. Like, what if this is the someone that's giving us that something new? I don't know if
Yeah.
that was your experience.
Definitely. I mean, he had such, because he wrote it too, like he had such a specific, like he knew what this was going to be,
Mhm.
but he also was super down for what was meant to be. And I think living within those realms is actually very rare for a director because they're either like, do whatever you want, or they're like, if you don't say this in the script, like we're going to redo
Right,
the scene 10 times over.
right.
And to have both and to be able to like have guardrails, yet at the same time be able to like just go crazy, like that to me is like ideal director because I'm like, yeah, I can do a take for me, I can do a take for you, I can just play within that. And I think that's really what acting is. Like the question I always ask myself is, can I have serious play? Because that's what acting is.
Yeah. I've loved that you've taken off so much into this acting. Like I said, we know that you've done so many things. Do you still do music? Because you did it for like a half a second there.
Did it for half a second. I think it was more of like a COVID, like I'm just bored and there's nothing to do. So that was really fun and really cool. I would honestly anything that I do, I want to incorporate it into acting. So like, yes, I strengthen my voice. So then at some point, if that's needed in any format, like I can offer that. That's how I look at acting is like, I'm a car. What features should I come with to make this an easy yes for you? So I love to train myself in so many other ways. Like right now I'm learning how to surf. I have like a surf coach that's like taking me out every morning, every night for like 3 months. Um, because I want to be good at, I also want to like, I like mastering things and using them as features that I can bring to the table in the acting world. So it's exciting.
So it's one of those things when the director says, "Can you do this?" and an actor automatically says, "Yes." You don't then have to learn how to do it to make up for that.
Exactly.
Yes, you could say, "No, yes, I do know how to
Oh
surf."
yes, I actually do know how to do this. Yeah, exactly, exactly. I like, yeah, I love learning things. I think being homeschooled my entire life, the idea of learning something never got tainted to me. So I think, in school it's kind of just like you're learning things you don't want to learn, but I had the opportunity to kind of just learn things I wanted to learn. So for me, it's, and life is truly just a classroom. So I think if you look at it from that angle, you can have so much more fun with it.
Yeah. So why has acting won out over everything else right now?
Because I can do all of those things within it, if
Yeah.
that makes sense. I think it
Yeah.
kind of is just like I can create all these different worlds. Um, and then also like it's fun to do it with other people. Like it's truly like summer camp. You go onto the set, you're there for a couple months, you have a family, and then you are all there to create this beautiful thing and you all want the same thing. So I think there's just this teamwork that I don't feel in any other place. Similar with modeling, but like once again, I like being human. I prefer the humanness.
No, I get it. It's very, very addicting. Once you've been on that
Yeah.
set, it's very addicting. I love this movie, Latency. Congratulations to everybody involved on this. It's going to be one I watch probably a few times over. So congrats on it. And thank you so much for taking the time to talk about it.
Yes. Thank you so much, Carla. I appreciate it.
And thanks to my guest. Also, thanks to you for checking out the episode in the series. Before you get out of here, hit that subscribe button. Again, you get 3 brand new interviews every single week, new one every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at right here on YouTube, or of course anywhere in podcast land, including iTunes, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Podchaser, NPR, or WFPK.org as well. A great way to keep up with your favorite artists and discover new ones as well. Then after that, actually head over to WFPK.org. That's where I do a show Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. It's an hour full of song premieres, music news, anniversary spins, bonus interviews, Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern at WFPK.org. Consequence has your music and film news. You can also find me on the social media spots, Facebook, Instagram, mostly on Twitter. All 3 of them, the address is at Kyle Meredith. Do hope you like and follow along. That does it for another edition. I'm Kyle Meredith. I'll see you next time.